This episode is presented in partnership with Recap Recovery Drink. Recap Recovery is your go-to when recharging your batteries. Whether it's after a hard workout or a long night with friends at the bar, Recap replenishes your body with a refreshing taste, rich in electrolytes to bring you back to full steam after a hard day or night's work. Recap Recovery has hit the market at Couche-Tard, and you'll want to bring it home to taste today. Check them out at recap-products.com to make your order and find them when they'll be available in stores near you. Recap Recovery is also a proud partner of Dexter Stacy, and we're proud to rep them on the Stickers and Scuffs podcast in 2023.
Hi, this is Mario Andretti, and you're tuned into Cam Graydon and the team at Stickers and Scuffs podcast. They're true Canadian racing fans.
Hello, friends. This is Cam K and Graydon Bunn from the Stickers and Scuffs podcast, representing the Ontario Sportsman Series. And we're here with one of our guest drivers that's joining us this year. We're really excited about one of the biggest names actually to come out of Canada racing right now in the ARCA Menards series for Venturini Motorsports. Been racing some late models for Lee Falk as well. Amber Balcaen is joining us. Amber, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. What an introduction.
Well, this is a big deal for our little series. We're really excited because you're going to be off driving the number 47 Brimstone Games Dodge for Sean Mangan and at Hryniuk-Hall Motorsports, who are good friends of ours. And we got to first know, how did this whole deal come together?
Yeah, I got an email and kind of wanted to learn more about it and look more into it. So I asked for a phone call and we discussed the opportunity. And I'm not racing a full season of ARCA this year, which has freed up my schedule to do some other stuff. And I've never raced in Canada on pavement before. I raced the Canadian Nationals at Ohsweken Speedway in a 360 sprint car for Glenn Stiers, but never been on pavement. So it, like you said in the intro, it's really cool to be Canadian here racing in the States, but any excuse to race back home is, I think, really cool as well.
Yeah, you're coming home, and as you said, you've got a great deal of experience on the dirt, and you're coming home to race on the little bullring asphalt ovals, which is something that's not foreign to the ARCA series either, too. Talk a little bit about the discipline and how you're going to attack this race, Amber.
Yeah, so for some reason, I've actually taken more of a liking to the bigger tracks, like the 1.5 mile super speedways. I find short tracks to be a little more difficult. So that's why I've been really working with Lee Falk Racing and really honing my short track skills, because it is really a different discipline. And so I'm really excited to hop in one of these cars and see what they feel like. I know that they're similar to the Pinty's cars, which I've never raced a Pinty's car. So really looking forward to seeing how similar it is to the ARCA cars versus a late model. These are all circle track asphalt cars, yet they can all drive and feel so different. So I love being challenged in new ways. I love trying new race cars, new tracks. So I'm sure there'll be a bit of a learning curve, but I'm excited for it.
And that's great, because obviously we on the Ontario Sportsman Series would love to get a driver of your caliber to come in and really help see what our series is all about, and hopefully spread the word. And you've already done that by sharing the announcement on social media, which we're extremely appreciative of. But how has this year gone for you? I know you said limited starts. So in those starts, things have had you've had some difficulties with parts and mechanical issues, but you're still showing up with the icon colors and Venturini Motorsports, and that's got to be a really cool deal to be with them.
Absolutely. This year, I knew that I wasn't going to get to race as many races this year. So I figured I got to be in the best possible shot to win every single time. And for me, that meant to find the best team to go with, which was Venturini Motorsports. And we've done 3 races with them this year. We've competed within the top 3 to 5 every single one of those races. The results haven't showed it. We had a clutch blow apart at Talladega. I made a mistake at Kansas running on the wall for the first time, but we've shown that we can be competitive in the top 5, and that's really what I wanted to do. There hasn't been a ton of females to be in ARCA and compete in the top 5 like that. So taking the wins out of that, I was happy with how we competed, but obviously I want to win. I want to make history, and I want to do big things as a Canadian down here in the US. So I hope to add a lot more races, hope to go back to full-time racing next year so I can get more opportunities to showcase my talent and also develop my skills, because racing, you never stop learning. And as soon as you think you're getting good, the sport will humble you really quick. So really just want to continue to improve on my abilities and get more opportunities.
That's a great attitude to have, Amber. I mean, racing also often, I mean, the vast majority of the competitors don't win week to week or even in season to season. But I mean, the teamwork aspect, showing up, putting the work in, all those values is something that you stand for, and being a role model as you are to lots of female racers and just athletes and people all around. So just talk about what it's like to be in that position of a role model figure to so many.
Yeah, when I started racing, it was in go-karts, and I raced because I loved it. It was fun. It's what I grew up doing. And as I progressed and got better, I thought, maybe I can really do something with this. And then there comes that responsibility of, I'm not just another driver. I'm a female that has to be responsible for being a good role model, a Canadian in an American sport. And so now there's these added pressures to want to do well, because I want to show others that it doesn't matter where you come from, your gender, your race, your ethnicity. You can make it happen if you work hard enough. So for me, it's all about showing people that you don't need to come from a bunch of money. If you're willing to put in the work and really focus on honing your skills and be resilient as hell, you can make things happen.
And that's so true. That ties us in actually with our the one question we had actually from outside of us two, and it's from 2 ladies that put a program together here in Canada. And they do an amazing job, and they're actually featured on Graydon's our newest uniform, Ladies of the Oval, Sam Shaw and Randy Butler, and we're hoping to this will be a connection hopefully with you and them because they're doing great work putting together a sponsorship package for racers, female racers in Canada, and it's been an awesome thrill to work with them, and they wanted to ask you a question. So they're going to ask, and this is actually a really good one. I didn't think about this one before. Because you are a traveling racer, what do you have to do to prep when you're going to be in a new car at a new track, really kind of every week? So what type of prep do you do for that?
So my preparation is done all throughout the week. It's a combination of working with my team, the spotter, the crew chief, getting comfortable with the strategy going into the race, and then also learning about the tracks, watching footage. If the track is available on iRacing, I do have iRacing set up at home that I'll go on, and just really learning as much as I can about the cars and the track before going there. And nutrition, fitness, all that's a big part of it as well, especially traveling. Some of these small towns will only have like a McDonald's there. So if it means meal prepping for those tracks, then we got to do that.
And we obviously, Graydon touched on it a little bit, but we have a lot of racers, a lot of female racers, and that we are starting to interact with and meet through obviously Ladies of the Oval and highlighting them as much as we can. But I'd love to get your advice to the young women or middle-aged women or older women who maybe have never had the opportunity to race. Why is it that you want to go out and chase that dream? What do they need to do to go out and do it?
I think the biggest thing as a female in racing is to actually try to take the gender out of it completely and just look at yourself as a driver, not a female driver, but a driver, and prepare and do all the things the men would do, just really focus on being the best you can be, honing your craft, putting in the preparation during the week, and just focus on being a driver. Because if you let the female aspect of it take over, then you lose focus of what the real goal is to accomplish. So I know it's hard because everyone says, oh, female driver and woman driver, but really try to just take the gender aspect of it out of it completely and focus on being the best race car driver you can be.
Being a little bit removed, like ahead of your race, what are your goals and expectations, and what do you have to say to your team prior to your arrival at Hryniuk-Hall Motorsports?
Yeah, honestly, I really have no idea what to expect. I don't have any idea what I'm getting myself into. So
Right.
honestly, I think my goals are to finish the race with the car in one piece, have fun with the team, learn from them, and just have a great weekend together. I think that's a good place to start. And if the results are better than that, then fantastic.
All you can really ask for, right?
Yeah, exactly. And obviously we are close with the Hryniuk-Hall Motorsports and with the Ontario Sportsman Series. It's a series that we absolutely love. And to have someone of your caliber come on in and actually coming in on autograph night, which is actually going to be really, really cool because you are a name that's been in the ARCA Menards series for a couple of years. But not only that, you've driven for KBM. You've really kind of done a lot of things. And the best and the most interesting fact about you is that you actually have never raced on asphalt in Canada, which I think is fantastic that you're going to come out and do that. But you're also going to be at Caesars Windsor for the Northern National Collectors Convention as well. Talk about that experience because they are actually working with Brimstone Games to put you in this car.
Yeah, so we'll be doing an appearance there at the end of the year, I'm pretty sure it is. A little bit of speaking and meeting with everyone. So the great part about being a race car driver is you get to make so many cool and new connections and get to travel to places. And luckily, one of those places happened to be in Canada. So that's really neat anytime I can go back home for anything.
We are so looking forward to having Amber Balcaen in the Ontario Sportsman Series July 14th at Delaware Speedway. How can people follow your journey, Amber, on social media? And how can they, who are the people that get you to the racetrack each and every week? You've got some awesome partners.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at Amber Balcaen 10, my website, amberbalcaenracing.com, have some merchandise on there is available as well and some autograph cards. And right now I'm still looking for sponsors to fill out the rest of the season. But, obviously Icon Direct, RV parts manufacturer out of Winkler, Manitoba, they've been a huge, huge part of my success and allowing me to get to the racetrack week in and week out all last year and for races this year as well. And also another local company out of Winnipeg, Glenn McLeod and Sons, a small trucking company, but they've been with me for almost 10 years now. So a lot of people have helped me get to where I am today. And racing's a team sport. Drivers get all the accolades, they get all the cheers, but it really is a team sport from the sponsors to the crew to the driver. It takes a lot of people to put this together.
Amber, we are so thankful that you took a couple minutes to chat with us, and it's a true honor to be able to talk with you. You've been following your career for many years, and we're really excited to have you come on into the series. And obviously, we wish you the best of luck for the rest of the year with Venturini Motorsports, the rest of your journey, and then of course on July 14th with the OSS.
Yeah, go get them.
I'm really looking forward to it. I'm so excited to see a bunch of Canadian fans because I'll get maybe one or two at races at Michigan. We have quite a few Canadian fans there, but to go home and just all Canadians, and I hope I get to see those Canadian flags and listen to the Canadian anthem. It's gonna be really neat.
That's Amber Balcaen coming into the Ontario Sportsman Series July 14th in the Brimstone Games Dodge for Hryniuk-Hall Motorsports.